Ladies, gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of GTA Online Hot Takes, the show where we take your hottest takes and then give my opinions on them. Let's get right into it. Rockstar's success with most games, but notably GTA Online, has been due to clever and timely use of plagiarism? Huh? The maps, the cars, many characters, including the main protagonist, are heavily based on pre-existing intellectual property. Even entire troops have been stolen from previous film books, or in the case of weapons, cars and game modes, even other video games. Transform races were introduced in GTA Online shortly after the release of The Crew 2. Arena War launched after the success of Rocket League. The Oppressor Mark II and other futuristic aspects are often regarded as heavily influenced by the Saints Row franchise, etc, etc. Plagiarism is definitely taking this way too far. Like, there's definitely stuff inspired by other stuff. If you look at, for example, Motor Wars, that's very much like Battle Royale inspired, like the list goes on. I think everyone borrows something from everyone in the gaming industry, especially in movies. If you look at single player, a lot of that stuff, like for example Blitzplay, is a kind of a one-on-one copy on Heat, and sometimes it's really just an homage to a movie or to a car. The cars are not like one-on-one copies, though some of them are a little bit more on the nose than others, looking at, for example, at the Gauntlet Hellfire, among others. But yeah, generally let's just say plagiarism. It's going a little far there, feller. Like, plagiarism is just a literal copy. This is more just like, you know, inspired by, I'd say, rather than purely copy-pasted. GTA Plus is actually great value and is good for GTA Online and the next version, offering especially new players some incredible benefits, and I think beats a Battle Pass system where you gotta play the game for loads of hours a week to progress and can build upon even further. GTA Plus is a better offering than outright buying shark cards. While I would be inclined to say buying GTA Plus is a better offering than buying shark cards, I would say that, you know, it's really geared towards newer players, but it isn't always an incredible benefit. Looking at the month of July, for example, 50% more on races isn't exactly incredible benefits. Does it beat a Battle Pass system? Probably, but I think that Rockstar very much is going to implement the Battle Pass system in the next GTA because it is a proven system. Even with Red Dead Online, they've probably already seen the fruits of that labor as well. So it kind of depends on how you look at it. I think that even with GTA Plus or without GTA Plus, like getting to where you want to be to progress would still be taking a bunch of time to get there. If you have that month of GTA Plus, then yeah, you're gonna have to play a bunch too to get the value out of it too, just like you will be with a Battle Pass, so I'm not entirely sure about this one. GTA 6's score and soundtrack won't be as good as GTA 5's score. The bar has already been set so high by Tangerine Dream, Woody Jackson and The Alchemist. Also, most of the radio stations added to GTA Online throughout the past few updates are, in my opinion, not that good. Gtamen is alright, but I'll never switch it down to Blonded, iFruit Radio, The Music Locker, or Still Slipping LS. GTA 5 could really use a radio station that rivals Los Santos Rock Radio or Nonstop Pop, or just add more music to these existing stations. I'm gonna start off by saying, have you played Red Dead Redemption 2 and have you heard that score? Because, oh my god! You know, you get it. Also, when it comes to radio stations, music is always going to be subjective. You might like Cult FM and someone else might think it's the worst thing that ever happened to humankind. Also, Los Santos Rock Radio, not as good as in GTA 4. I wasn't really a big fan of it, and quite frankly, I was pretty disappointed in the rock station for the game. Not gonna lie. There's a few good songs in there, but I don't tend to listen to the rock station. You know, I tend to just stick with other stuff. Yeah. GTA 5 will never get a significant update again. The latest DLCs are proof they are winding down to the game's life. An RDO type of announcement is likely on the way. I wouldn't say there's going to be an RDO type of announcement anytime soon, but at the same time I wouldn't be surprised. GTA Online getting any more sort of like significant updates, don't think it's gonna happen. Like I said, last few DLCs have definitely proven that they're kind of like, you know, slowing down and focusing more on GTA 6, but I'm not sure if an announcement like, hey guys, GTA Online, you know, it still exists, but we're slowing down and we're focusing on GTA 6 might actually hurt the game more than it would do it benefit. Because I mean, if you look at Red Dead Online, whenever they announce that, I think everyone just like, well, Fuck it, I guess there's no more point in playing this then. Goodbye. The free mode grind has ruined the game. It was best when you could race and deathmatch, even parachute for an hour or two, and buy affordable cars / mods with $100,000 to $200,000 afterwards. All the non-featured game modes are now dead, unless you have a crew dedicated to them and fit their schedule. I know otherwise peaceful deathmatchers who can now only get action-packed free-roaming fights among the zombie grind tandem. It's horrible. Unless you join a random, you're lucky in half an hour to get 2 to 3 randoms with helmets and own pickups. Grinding feels like I'm an old person put to pasture, keeping barely simulated playing morning Sudoku. Jesus. Yes, let's go back to having races and deathmatches being the way to make money and do parachuting for an hour. I don't know what kind of parachuting you were playing, but I don't think anyone ever got 100 or 200k with parachuting, even back in the day. I'm gonna be inclined to agree though. I think that the free mode stuff added to the game has livened up the most popular side of the game, which is free roam. Rockstar making free roam more dynamic with more things to do and engaging players to go to certain sections and engaging in certain activities with a bit of a PvP aspect. Definitely a lot more enjoyable. The matchmaking is just so messed up at this point that I don't think finding a deathmatch or a race is just even like all that much possible, especially if you're on platforms like PC where no one really plays game modes. It's a whole mess. I'm in the fortunate position that I have a community and I can play these game modes, but for, you know, I guess quote-unquote regular players, I can see why it's frustrating, and in the next game there should very much be a bigger emphasis on a much better working matchmaking system, because the current one does not work. The 200 vehicle removal from stores wasn't nearly as bad as some people put it out to be. No major OP cars were removed, and those that cry about the Sterling GT getting removed because of HSW seem to forget that the Turismo Classic exists. No major OP cars were removed? Do you need a list? The Gtamen SR, there's so many like top class vehicles. No, you cannot be like, the Sterling GT was an option, and giving it HSW gave it something to race against the Turismo Classic. You cannot just be like, oh, the Turismo Classic exists, so it's not that bad, is it? People want choice, people want options, people want to drive something different. The whole reason why people are so upset is because now with the 200 cars being removed, they have to wait either for a certain week or use friends or whatever to get that vehicle, and so they can race that because they were saving up for it, and there's now less goals to go towards. No. It's not about the fact the car is OP or not, it's about it being accessible. That's the reason why people are upset. Not because, oh no, I can't get a Sterling GT and race against the Turismo Classic and win. How can you stomach making content each week or daily when your heart you know this game needs to die? GTA YouTubers are milking the game as much as Rockstar Games. With respect, you aren't as bad as him who should be named, but it's been nearly 10 years, man, come on. I know! I cannot take it anymore! Ah, the pain! Ah, make it stop! Ah. Please keep watching the content. I need a job. I don't want to get up before 10 AM. It hurts my feelings. The laser and Hydra cannon weren't broken nor OP before the nerf, as there were many counters to them, and the only thing about it was people abusing it with thermals, and the cannons are amazing for doing missions such as Headhunter, Duggan shipments, etc. It's just it fell in the wrong hand of people abusing it with a thermal glitch. Have you seen the fire rates and the blast radius of those cannons? It was definitely overpowered. Like actually, like if the blast radius is like this and the fire rate is like 1,000 rounds per second, that's overpowered. Like that is genuinely overpowered. It's still pretty good. It's just not as good as it used to be. I get it that from a PvE perspective, it's a shame. But from a PvP perspective and the amount of bullshittery that you had to deal with, because as soon as you saw the thing coming, you know you were dead. Because you didn't really have to aim with it. That's the whole reason why it was OP and broken. Like it was virtually, you just had to drive and fly into the general direction and start firing the cannon, so you'll probably kill someone with them. That's why it was broken and overpowered, because of this large blast radius and the fire rate. And it's also nimble. GTA 4 is trash, simple. fucking idiot!